opposite side now, so I was like, why is it not?
What is all that?
Hmm? Using my notebook, yeah, just in case I get lost. Which I will. Okay, so we got. Yep. Okay.
No, sorry.
Alright, so throughout history, people have worked day in and day out. Up until recently, it seemed that most people could get by off of just a one-income household. But nowadays, it feels more like both parents have to be employed in order to make ends meet. When both parents have to work, that means that there are more chances of people having to use childcare. Childcare means more expenses. So that means, ultimately, that parents are having to work longer hours. Flexible scheduling is the answer to those problems. Not a lot of companies offer flexible scheduling. However, I do foresee in the future more companies going towards this way. Family activities such as baseball. Let's say your daughter has a dance recital. A flexible schedule gives you the ability to go to these events without having to worry about missing work. It gives you the leeway to have a nice work and life balance. And then ultimately, it'll also help you kind of curb those life emergencies, whether you need to go to the doctor. That way, you do not have to worry about being fired or missing a day, things of that matter. So I have been employed by 4 companies that have used the traditional 9-to-5 schedule. Currently, I work for a company that uses a flexible schedule. On top of my employment history, I have also done research through multiple websites and publications, and I've tried to find the most current and up-to-date information. And since flexible schedules benefit multiple companies, today we're going to discuss 3 reasons why that they are beneficial. Those 3 reasons are: it's better for the employee's health, it is also going to help lower company costs, and thirdly, it's going to help with strengthening your recruitment. So let's start with the first point. The first reason companies should switch to a flexible scheduling system is better employee health. Stress. We all have it. One of the main reasons stress is in the workplace is due to managers or bosses requiring you to meet unrealistic goals within your 9-to-5 schedule. Stress is a silent killer. There are multiple diseases that have been known to be caused from stress. Some, for example, high blood pressure, heart disease, and insomnia. And also another problem with stress that can be caused is also what's called alcohol abuse. According to Sarah Landrum from Inc.com, she says that if you work over 50 hours a week, you are 3 times more likely to be addicted to alcohol. But stress causes more than just physical problems. Stress can also cause depression. Depression, as we all know, is something when you feel sad, when you feel weak, when you just don't feel right. So when an employee is depressed, production is going to drop. Depression can also lead to a poor work-life balance, or rather, depression is caused by a poor work-life balance. People like to be able to spend time with family and friends. So a flexible schedule can fix all of that. According to the Washington Post, and the writer of this article was Jenna McGregor, she stated that there was a study done by a professor from the University of Minnesota. The professor went into undisclosed Fortune 500 company's IT department. What they did was that they went ahead and they split apart the department in half. And then one half of those people actually were put into a flexible scheduling system, and the other half were left to the traditional guidelines of the company. And what they found out after that schedule was done was that the employees had a lower stress level. They were happier. And because of that, they seemed to be a bit more, if you'd call it, more productive. More, their morals were higher. They had more energy to do their job. And let's see. And then, in addition to to that reason, there are plenty of others. But here's the following too. So the second reason companies should switch to the flexible scheduling system is that when you work 9 to 5 shifts, when you have a group of people working a 9 to 5 shift, you are guaranteed to have a set amount of people in the office at one time. This may raise your utility costs, water and electric, for example. Or for example, even supplies. When you have 500 people in one room, compared to 200 people, there'd be more pens and paper and coffee being used than if there wasn't any. And so some companies have found an alternative to this. Some companies that use the flexible scheduling system are utilizing what people call telecommuting. This allows the employees to work from home. According to Greg Kratz from workflexibility.com, the companies that allowed the employees to work from home actually saved, on average, $10,000 per employee per year. So as you can see here, if you imagine a company who had originally 9 people working at the office, that's $90,000. Well, let's say that you could send some people home. So you send 5 people home, and you have a 4 room in the office. That's $40,000. So then, if you look, that's a total savings of $50,000. And companies can do a lot with $50,000. So what a lot of companies do is that they invest that money into what we call a beneficial movement of funds, I guess. There's no official term for it, but I just made that one up. But what they can do is use it for training and for better equipment to become more of a efficient company. Along with this, so with that last slide, with the whole sending people home, that can save you what people call real estate space. So you can shrink your office. You don't need to have a large office when you have people working from home. You can have a smaller one, which means you have smaller rent. And so that helps save money as well. But another way to save money is the fact of the matter of PTO. When PTO, or paid time off, is what some people call it. Basically, when you have a flexible schedule, that means instead of having to pay someone for not being in the office because they had to take time off, they can flex that time into the point where they can come in early and leave early. So that way your company doesn't have to pay them for not being there. That way they just make up those hours at a different day. So thus far, there were 2 reasons why flexible scheduling should be in most companies. The first reason was it betters employee health. The second reason was it lowers company costs. The third reason why companies should switch to the flexible scheduling system is recruitment. It strengthens recruitment. So most companies run on a 9 to 5 schedule. I mean, it's kind of a bit what we've kind of been talking about. Well, in 2013, Charlene Levy, I believe is how you pronounce her name, from Mashable.com, she wrote an article called 4 Reasons to Offer Employees Flexible Schedules. Now, one of those 4 reasons I found interesting was that only 5% of employers offered this type of schedule. Only 5% offer flexible schedules. To me, that is just astonishing. So if you think about it, if you were coming out of college, one of the top colleges in the country, and you're looking for a job, are you going to want to look for a job where you have to go in and work 9 to 5, or work a job where you can adjust your hours, or where you can work from home? And I have some proof to back this theory up. So, in 2013, a study done by PwC, the University of Southern California, and London Business School. They found a study that was 64 to 66% would like to work from home or set their own schedule. So that's a large amount of the millennials. Let's back that claim up. So right here on the TV here, you can see there's another study done by UNC's Kellen Flagler Business School. So they did a study and they did some projections on previous year's growth. So in 2014, as you can see here, 2014 starts here. The red line is the millennials, and then this line stands for the older generations. So in 2014, millennials were 34% of the overall workforce population, and then the older generations were 66%. But if you follow the line up, only 46% were millennials by then, and this is in 2020. So we're not quite there yet, but this is what it will be in 2020. 46% of the workforce will be millennials. 54% will be the older generation. So as you can tell, within just 6 years, we've almost caught up. The millennial population has almost caught up to the older generation. And within the next 10 years, that will surpass. And so that's where my theory of how flexible schedules are going to be what companies want to go to, because of the fact that millennials want those type of schedules. They do not want to work your traditional 9 to 5. So, and there has been studies done, no particular one here, but millennials are willing to take pay decreases in their salary to be able to get those types of schedules. So most companies still use the traditional 9 to 5 schedule. However, companies should not be using that type of schedule. They should be using the flexible schedule system. It benefits them in many, many ways. All companies should switch to the flexible schedule system. It will help their employees be healthier. It will help lower company costs, and it will help strengthen their recruiting. I strongly recommend the flexible scheduling system simply because times are changing. The millennial population, which will surpass the older generation, will pass that within 10 years. And so while you have the chance, you need to take the leap. You need to go ahead and just jump, because it will be the biggest, but it will also be the boldest decision that your company will ever make. But in the end, I can almost guarantee you that you will not regret it.